First tonight, many homeowners are still mopping up this evening after strong winds, hail and heavy rain lashed our region late yesterday. Much of Wagga was left without power last night. That's been fixed, but clearing the dozens of downed trees has taken some time.
The violent but brief storm hit Wagga yesterday at around 4 p.m. Drains and gutters overflowed as heavy rain and hail lashed the city.
Gale force winds up to about 112 k's, substantial rain, like an inch and a half of rain, and flooding, flash flooding. So we dealt with the flash flooding last night as much as we could, and now today we're trying to wrap up the tree jobs, 69 tasks in total from people requiring assistance, and we're trying to wrap them up by this afternoon if possible.
SES teams from the Rock, Tumut, Temora and Griffith gave 3 Wagga teams a hand to clean up the mess. A crane was used at this Mount Austin house where half a gum tree was brought down by strong winds. Hazmat and the fireys were on hand as well, so asbestos walls weren't disturbed. Looks like it's time for a new clothesline, that and some crushed fruit trees. At Gumley, the Australian Homestead Motor Lodge was hit hard. Half the rooms were damaged by water. Owners had to turn people away because they couldn't find a room for them.
As the storm rolled in, we were sort of watching it, then she got really heavy and from the restaurant there, you couldn't see the highway or anything. You could barely even see the pool for about a good 5 or 10 minutes, and then once it sort of cleared up, we could see all the damage that had come through and sitting there shaking our heads thinking, holy crap.
The storm only lasted for half an hour. The damage it left in its wake will take a lot longer than that to clean up.
A couple of rooms got a lot of water damage, flood carpets all through the back of the area there. We lost a couple of sheds and some fencing, and as you can see down there, we lost a lot of signage and a whole lot of trees as well, so a couple of days worth of good clean up.
At Forest Hill, a falling tree crushed a car. It did a pretty nasty number on this Ford Falcon station wagon. His home and contents insurance didn't cover the damage, nor did his neighbour's public liability insurance. Dan Reid, Prime News.
That storm cut power to much of Coringal and East Wagga and caused a few headaches too for country energy technicians who've been on the job most of today trying to fix the damage.
There are about 2,500 customers affected on the south side of Wagga and sort of the Coringal and Lake Albert areas. We got the majority of those customers on around 8 o'clock last night, and overnight we had crews on standby. We progressively restored supply, and we're still mopping up this morning. There's a lot of customers that just rang in.
After the storm hit yesterday, all available country energy crews in Wagga were called out and backup was called in from Coolamon as well. But the damage just wasn't confined to Wagga because the storm headed into the mountains and caused some trouble there as well.
In the surrounding areas, you also had a bit of trouble in the Tooma or Tumbarumba area where we did lose 2 poles due to high winds. The guys worked through that and restored supply around 10 o'clock last night.